You've been in charge of the club 4 months now. Tell us how you've settled in and how you feel about the way things have gone.
Fantastic, I'm loving the job. I think the fans have been amazing to work with. I think I've got a real excitement. It was great in our last game that we played at the house supportive they were. 400 and just nearly 500 fans away at Stockport. It's a massive statement from how much they're behind the club, and the challenge that it's given me has been great. And like you go to every club, you go in with open eyes, and this is a big job. We knew it was a big job before we came in here. There's been a lot of work done, and I think of late we start to see the rewards.
Would it be fair to say the job was bigger than you first envisaged?
Yes, 100%. I think you come in and you look at York City as a football club and where they've come from. No disrespect, in the national north now, and we've got to remember this is where we are, and this is where we've got to get out of. And what we have to do now going forward is focused on the remaining 14 games and take as maximum points as we can to make sure that we finish in the top 3.
Since Christmas, you've picked up 5 wins and a draw from 7 games. Do you feel that this is now your team and that you're reaping the rewards of the hard work you've put in on and off the field?
Yeah, I think we're getting there. I think people can see the progress. There's been a lot of work done, as I said, and there's a lot of work to do. And the players have really bought into what I've tried to put in. And there's no stones unturned. Every game we do as much detail and much work on opposition. There's certain areas that we still must need to improve on to get where we need to get, and that's about personnel and about still looking to strengthen the squad if we can get the right personnel in. And I think that's the most important thing now, is that there's going to be no wholesale changes within what we have, but equally if we can add to strengthen, then we must be doing that as well.
Obviously you've brought in a fair number of new players and added to the backroom staff, so how important has the support of the chairman been to you over these last 17 weeks?
I think over the last 13-14 years, the chairman's been magnificent. I think everybody knows how well supported this club is from the fans' point of view. But our chairman, as a leader of people, I think he's stood up there and he's put his money where his mouth is, and through the probably darkest times in the history of the football club, and we've all got to pull together and see this togetherness. And I think one thing I pride myself on as a person is that we all in this, from the youngest fan to the eldest fan to the last player that come in to the last player went out. We treat everybody the same. And we demand everything from everybody, and we've got to have this real tough togetherness, because the fans make the difference. Certainly this level of football, with the support we have, the fans are everything, and we've got to give the fans as much as we can to look forward to the next game, and hopefully of late we've done that.
Without the chairman's financial support, do you think it would have been possible to mount such a strong challenge for promotion this season? Impossible.
This league's a tough league. And there's a lot of teams in the top 5 or 6, in my opinion, that have finances that can compete with each other. Therefore, you see lots of players moving to clubs for a lot more money than York can pay. And we have a very good playing budget, a very competitive playing budget. There's no question about that. Without the chairman's funds, we couldn't do this.
There have also been clear signs of longer-term planning while you've been here. There's been new contracts for John Parkin, Sean Newton, Adriano Moke. Again, was this an important part of the jigsaw here?
Yeah, I mean, what I never really want to do is allow what I see as certain players running their contracts out to the end of the season, trying to find a John Parkin again. It doesn't matter what age you are, anybody that's got you 25 goals at this stage of the season is not replaceable. So John is the key pin to what we do from the forward line. Equally, Sean as a captain, he's put in some very, very good performances since I've come in, and certainly of late, he's starting to add some goals to his game, as Moke has. I've been very, very much enjoyed working with the whole squad, and I believe that the core of the squad and building on the future, looking at next year, looking at the league above. That's my focus. That's where our target is, to make sure that we're planning for the league above and making sure we have the right personnel that can fit that league.
Work has started on the new stadium since your arrival. So when you look at that and the other things we've just discussed, do you feel excited about being part of this club's future?
there's so many positives. You know, I think that's the great thing, and the challenges that go with that. I mean, that's what makes you want to come to work and try and make a difference every day. And you know, I believe that, you know, now that the earth is starting to get moved at the new stadium, and you know, no doubt within the next 6 months you'll see some steel work going up and some sort of foundations going in. And you know, I think, you know, it's exciting, it's happening, and the future of the football club is so bright.